And a 9-8 loss, a heartbreaker that came down to the last out. Some pros for the Horseheads, though. Their pitching looked excellent last night with only 2 pitchers splitting the 9 innings and getting ahead of the count. As the first batter up is Dallin Quigley. First pitch is a strike one from Brady Nelson on the mound tonight. The next pitch in there, strike 2. So Brady Nelson already starting off hot with an 0-2 count. Forgive us, folks. We had a bit of technical difficulties heading into this game here as Quigley fouls this one into the screen. Now Nelson sets. And the pitch. Swung on, fouled back as well. So 4 pitches, 2 fouls, and still an 0-2 count. Going around the defensive lineup for the Horseheads, Kenny Garcia in left field, Harrison Talbert in center field, Ethan Rose in right field, Braden Wilms at third, Aaron Garcia at shortstop, Chris Burke at second, Ben Bach making his debut at first base as opposed to his typical position at third base. Behind the dish today is Tyler Butterfield, and as I mentioned before, Brady Nelson on the mound for the Horseheads. The next pitch is ball 1 to Dallin Quigley. As you may notice tonight, if you're watching the video stream here, there is only one umpire out there. That umpire, Thane Yanni, who was an umpire last night. The next pitch, ball 2. The other umpire, the field umpire that was supposed to coach tonight, or umpire tonight, rather, canceled pretty last minute. So no hard feelings, obviously, there. But the game will be a one-umpire game. This one hit towards the third baseman, Brayton Wilms, and he will not make a play there as Dallin Quigley is aboard first. That'll bring up Blake Scott with the first runner aboard already for the Sodbusters in their yellow jerseys today. So 3 different jerseys in all 3 games. First pitch is in there for strike 1. This next pitch hit foul. So now an 0-2 count. Bit harder to see the scoreboard today. This is the first day game of the Horseheads 2022 season. Dallin Quigley still there at first, a very quick base runner. Nelson delivers the 0-2, low, ball 1. Blake Scott last night had a solid night, 3 for 4 with a triple, 3 runs, and a base on balls. This one a pickoff attempt, nothing going for Dallin Quigley at first. Now Nelson looks on. Takes a deep breath here, and the 1-2 runner going And a strikeout on Blake Scott. Dowling Quigley will get there safely. The ball gets past the shortstop, Aaron Garcia, and Quigley makes his way to third. So Blake Scott down on a strikeout, but the runner advances 2 bases, now in scoring position at third base with 1 out. Comes up the 3-hitter, Lane Shires, who last night went 1 for 4 with a triple in that 1 hit of the night. Also a strikeout. First pitch, nice off speed there. Does not find the strike zone, though. Nelson sets and gets ready for the 1-0 outside. Almost gets away from Butterfield, but he scoops it up and makes a save there before Quigley can make a move towards home. So now a 2-0 count. Good position to be in for Lane Shires out of Northwest Missouri State. The next pitch also outside. Great block there by Ty Butterfield. But now a 3-0 count. And now Brady Nelson will need to readjust. Brady Nelson made his debut for the Horseheads on Friday night in the season opener. One of the relief pitchers there in that 15-7 loss as ball 4 consecutive pitches. And now Lane Shires is aboard on all walks, or all balls for a walk. Now at bat, Jacob Watson. Noticed a couple of the batters drawing things in the dirt, probably to signify something special or someone special. Obviously can't read their dirt handwriting from here. This one fouled over the bleachers on the third base line. So runners at the corners now with 1 out for Jacob Watson. Jacob Watson actually pitched last night, had a few great solid innings in relief until the 9th inning when he got pulled from the game, when the Horseheads started to rally back and chip away at that lead, but to no avail. Came down to the last strike as this next pitch off speed on the outside. Didn't hit his spot there. The umpire gets a couple fresh balls from Jake Chisencram coming out from the dugout. A small but loud crowd here on this Sunday afternoon. The runner going, and it almost gets over the head of the second baseman, but Quigley will score, and now the Sodbusters strike first, as they have in prior nights. So 1-0 now the score, and a runner still in scoring position. Lane Shires there at second. And Watson now, the 2-1 from Nelson. This one, a great outside pitch for a strike, evens up the count at 2 apiece. Now a lefty on righty with Nelson delivering to Watson here. And the 2-2 swung on, hit shallow towards the third baseman Wilms, who will throw on to first and get the second out. A nice play there, attacking the ball by Brayton Wilms there at third base. But the runner advances to third. Lane Shires now at third. That'll bring up Sam Adams. No, this is not one of the founding fathers. This is the designated hitter tonight for the Hastings Sodbusters. Who will take his first at-bat of the season as he takes ball 1. He'll settle in here. And Nelson will attack with the 1-0. Gets it even now at 1 apiece. Earlier today, it was sprinkling a little bit here in Casper, Wyoming. Almost looked like we weren't going to have a ball game, but the skies cleared, and the baseball gods allowed us to have a ball game as Adams takes strike 2. So now Nelson ahead of the count. Sets and delivers. This one high. Now an even count once more. Brady Nelson out of Arizona Western, teammate of Roger Rang, who pitched an excellent outing last night in relief as Adams fouls this one to the screen. So the count still remaining 2-2. Outfielders playing mid-range. Next pitch outside, and now a full count on Sam Adams. Now Sam Adams out of Western Texas. At a 287 batting average, 80 at-bats, 23 hits. And he gets aboard with a walk here. So now, once again, runners at the corners. That'll bring up Sawyer Duddleston, who had an excellent night last night, 4 for 5, with 2 doubles and 2 runs across the plate. Duddleston out of Arkansas Tech. A lot of Arkansas Tech players here for the Hastings Sodbusters. This first pitch hit to Aaron Garcia, tossed on to Chris Burke for the 3rd out. So when we come back, bottom of the first, and the first at-bats for the Horseheads. You're listening to Horseheads Baseball. Bottom of the first, Horseheads will take their first hacks here. Aaron Garcia, the leadoff. The shortstop swings and misses at strike one from the pitcher J.T. Cafferty for the Sodbusters, who Friday night didn't pitch, but he did hit 1 for 5. Not sure if he'll hit tonight as Aaron Garcia evens up the count, taking an inside ball 1. Defensive alignment for the Sodbusters: Lane Shires in left, Dallin Quigley in center, Sawyer Duddleston in right. Next pitch, a ball. So similar outfield as the other previous 2 games. Riley Lang at third, Tegan Tamaya at shortstop, Jacob Shaw at second base. This one hit shallow to the pitcher Cafferty, who throws on to the first baseman Jacob Watson for the first out. And now Dylan Baker will come up to the walk-up song, Pocket Full of Sunshine. If you are not in the know, Dylan Baker is nicknamed Sunshine, so the song fitting. I don't think he chose that walk-up song, but one of our interns did, as he hits this one, just barely gets foul down the third base line. That went fair. That would have been an easy double, maybe a triple if he could have legged that one out. Dylan Baker has been quite the hitter in the Horseheads lineup, as this next pitch is a ball, gets away from the catcher Blake Scott, who's behind the dish tonight. J.T. Cafferty on the mound out of Arkansas Tech. 2.31 ERA in the past year. This one high fouled, gets out of play, hits the bleachers. J.T. Cafferty, 23.1 innings pitched, 17 strikeouts in those 23 innings pitched, and 5 walks. As this one is hit towards center, and Tegan Tamaya does not let it get past him, but he will try to make a play, and Baker is aboard with an infield single. Baker legged that one out and breaks up any chance of a no-hitter on both sides, as that brings up Ben Bach, the 3 spot. Once again, Ben Bach playing first base tonight, where you typically see him at third. On Thursday night, went 1 for 4 as he takes strike 1 with a walk and a run on that Thursday night game. I believe that was the last game of the Gem City Bison series. So this is his first time facing the Sodbusters, as he swings and misses for strike 2. Ben getting some support from the crowd. Setting is Cafferty for the 0-2. Outside, ball 1. Ben Bach is not fooled by that one, although he did chase those first, or rather the second pitch he chased. Baker now with a sizable lead at first. A nice jump there. Ben Bach slaps this one towards the third baseman Riley Lang, who throws onto first. A close play, but Bach is called out at first as Dylan Baker advances to second. So now a runner in scoring position for the star left fielder so far for the Horseheads. An excellent hitter in Kenny Garcia, which is why he finds himself in the 4th spot. Now Kenny Garcia will take his first hacks of today as he takes strike 1. Last night came up clutch, a pinch hit in the 9th inning, hitting a single, coming around to score a run, and getting within that 1 run, but falling short, giving over the series to the Sodbusters as he takes ball 1. Next pitch is slapped shallow towards Cafferty as well. Trying to leg it out is Garcia. He does. Cafferty goes to 3, and Baker is safe at 3. So runners safe all around An infield single legged out by Kenny Garcia to start off his night. And runners at the corners with 2 outs, bringing up Chris Burke. Chris Burke also pinch hit in the 9th inning last night, but did not get aboard. He grounded out to the pitcher. As the first pitch to Burke is low, ball 1. Horseheads wearing their navy blue jerseys as next pitch is low, ball 1. As I'm starting to catch up here, Kenny Garcia was going, but realized that he was not going to make it, so he ran back to first, and there was no pickle contest there, so Kenny Garcia is still safe at first. Probably a smart move there. But now a 2-0, and now a 3-0, as I correct myself here. Or at least we advance in the count. And Chris Burke now doesn't have to swing at this one, as this one gets into the strike zone. And now Chris Burke will be allowed to swing the bat. Burke, the 3-1, hits this one into center field. Quigley settling under it, and he will catch that one. So no runs come across the plate, leave 2 stranded for the Horseheads. As we head into the second, 1-0 is the score. The Sodbusters lead it. Top of 2 here. Welcome back. The score 1-0. The Sodbusters, after 1, get a run across the plate. The Horseheads leave 2 stranded and bring up Riley Lang, the 7-hitter. This one fouled out of play. Last night went 1 for 5 with a run and a strikeout. The Iowa Lakes Community College kid, a teammate of Horseheads Kellen Cameron, started a couple nights ago. This one slapped foul, out of play, down the right field line. Lang also pitched earlier in this series. This one now swung on and missed for strike 3. So a lot better of a start for Brady Nelson in this inning, as he gets the first batter he faces to go down on strikes. bringing up Tegan Tamaya. Tegan Tamaya, a great defensive shortstop, but last night struggled at the plate. Went 0 for 4 with 2 strikeouts. As he swings and misses at this first pitch here. Tegan Tamaya, of course, tonight's K-Man. Some loud fans really trying to, not sure who they're trying to distract, actually. This next pitch, high ball 1. Now the 1-1. Nelson taking his time. Tyler Butterfield getting ready for this one, as this one is hit into shallow left. Coming in is Kenny Garcia, who calls off Aaron Garcia, the Garcia counterparts. But Kenny Garcia, this one is caught for the second out of the inning. I can't just say their last names when it's hit between the two. I have to clarify which Garcia I'm talking about. Obviously no relation. Or maybe not obviously, but there is no relation. As it brings up the 9-hitter in Jacob Shaw, getting his first at-bat of the season, takes ball 1. Jacob Shaw out of Cloud Community College. Did not bat in the 2022 season. He did pitch, however. But in the 2021 season, the last time he hit in college, he takes strike 1 there, evens up the count. He hit 176 batting average, 3 for 17 at-bats, 6 strikeouts in those 17 at-bats. No walks, however, and 1 RBI. Next pitch is hit into right field. Backing up a little is Ethan Rose, who catches this one and retires the side. A 1-2-3 inning for Brady Nelson as we head into the bottom of the second. 1-0 still the score. The Sodbusters lead it here. Bottom of 2 now. First one up for the Horseheads, getting his first at-bats of today, is Tyler Butterfield out of Benedictine University Mesa.
Number 11, Tyler Butterfield.
The catcher last night went 1 for 5 with an error. Rather, not him getting the error as he bunts this one foul. In the 9th inning, he got aboard in that rally on an error. That was not caught by the first baseman, but nevertheless it counts as an at-bat. Now the lefty Butterfield. The next pitch outside for ball 1. Third pitch is hit shallow, heading towards the third baseman Riley Lang, but called off by Tegan Tamaya, who makes that catch there and retires Butterfield. That'll bring up Ethan Rose for his first at-bat of today. Last night went 0 for 4 with 2 strikeouts.
Now up to bat from Saginaw Valley State.
He's Saginaw Valley State product.
Ethan Rose.
Also out of Michigan, I believe. The first pitch outside to Ethan Rose. He's been playing right field a lot more, as this one is fouled to the screen. Evens up the count at 1 apiece. Earlier in the homestand, he was more playing first base, but there was a need in right field, and he filled it. As this next pitch is inside, ball 2. Kind of gray, overcast skies today, as this one is hit tailing foul towards the Horseheads dugout. Lang makes a nice running grab and retires Rose. And with 2 outs now, that'll bring up Brayton Wilms out of Monument, Colorado. He's got a mountain tattoo. I forget where on his body. But I feel like a lot of Colorado natives have those mountain tattoos as he fouls the first pitch out of play. And I can say that as a Colorado native myself. Brayton Wilms played at UCCS this past year as he hits this one to Riley Lang. Throwing on to first. Ooh, a close play. He is safe. The first baseman, Watson, had to come off the bag, tried to tag Wilms as he stepped on first, and he legged that one out for an infield single. A lot of infield singles today so far for the Horseheads. But hey, it's a stat patter. Next time, or rather next batter up is Harrison Talbert. This one inside, ball 1. Talbert last night went 2 for 4. 2 walks, a strikeout, and a run. But that strikeout was an important strikeout. He was the last out of the ballgame as he hits this one to Riley Lang. Getting his action today. He comes off the bag again. Talbert is safe. Coming to third is Wilms. Talbert will stay at first. And with a lucky break there, we'll call that a throwing error on Lang. Talbert is now aboard. So now we find ourselves again with the Horseheads, runners at the corners and 2 outs. But now Aaron Garcia, the top of the lineup, at the plate now.
Now up to bat, number 10, Aaron Garcia.
Aaron Garcia last time up. Got the bat on the ball, slapped it towards the pitcher, and was retired for the first out of the Horseheads. In the first inning there, as he takes ball 1. One of the 2 Garcias in the lineup tonight, the Garcia tandem at shortstop and left field. This next pitch low and outside. Gets in the dirt. Nice block there by Blake Scott, who has been a DH in the previous games, I believe, typically finding himself in that number 2 spot as he does tonight in the lineup as another pitch low in the dirt outside. Now we find ourselves in a 3-0 count for Aaron Garcia. Did have 2 walks last night. So, very patient hitter. And the next pitch, outside again. Garcia was waiting to see if that was another one of those outside strike pitches, as the umpires have been calling it lately. But that'll load up the bases. Aaron Garcia aboard with a walk. Talbert advances to second. Wilms still there at third. And Dylan Baker, the DH, will have a chance to get across a couple runs on the scoreboard for the Horseheads here. First pitch to Baker is hit towards the shortstop. Tamaya gets past. That'll score Wilms. Coming around third is Taubert. And that'll be an RBI single, 2 RBI single for Dylan Baker as the Horseheads take the lead over the Sodbusters here in the second inning. Aaron Garcia advanced to third there. So runners at the corners. Watson, the first baseman, going over to talk to JT Cafferty, telling him it's all right. There's still 2 outs. And I'm sure he's just assuring him that all he's got to do is get 1 more out, but not before Ben Bach gets his next at-bats as he fouls this one over the screen. Kind of reaching for those pitches on the outside part of the plate, as the Horseheads have had to, with a couple of the umpires in the rotation here in this league calling a lot of outside strikes. The runner now going towards second, and in there safe. Dylan Baker gets a stolen base, and that pitch a ball as well for Bach. So a double positive there for the 2 teammates of the Horseheads. Now an opportunity for another couple runs to come across the plate with 2 runners in scoring position and a great hitter in Ben Bach. This one hit into left field. That'll get down. That'll easily score the 2 aboard. Ben Bach heading towards second. He'll stop at second and get the RBI double. So 2 more runs come across the plate, making this a 4-1 contest for the Horseheads. The Horseheads dugout getting into it. And that'll bring up another hot hitter in Kenny Garcia. Last time up, got a single, legged out an infield single, I should say. And once again, a chance to just really tack on to this lead, as they've really needed a morale booster after these 4 losses in a row. It's looking good for the Horseheads today, though, as Kenny Garcia takes ball 1. Next pitch to Garcia, outside, strike 1. Also another strike to Kenny Garcia, and now he finds himself in a 2-strike count with only 1 ball. Next pitch swung on, fouled. Down the third base side, a hot shot towards the head coach, Chance Sharp, does not pick it up. Now one of the Horseheads will have to chase it down, heading towards the Horseheads bullpen. Today is Kids Day, of course. So a lot of kids out there. A drop, 3rd strike, as Kenny Garcia hustles down to first, but will not get aboard this time with a strikeout. Ends the side, but not before the Horseheads take their lead here in the second inning. As we head into the third, the Sodbusters will look to retaliate when we come back. Top of the third here, the Horseheads. An early sign of life as they score 4 and take the lead over the Sodbusters in a commanding lead here. 4-1. In the top of the lineup now in Dallin Quigley. We'll get his second at-bat of the day as he takes strike 1 from Brady Nelson. Quigley was that one run that came across the plate today. Got a single in his first at-bat, came around to score. And the 0-1, this one outside, evens up the count. So Quigley will set back. He's got a cool green bat today. This one hit towards the shortstop. Great diving play by Aaron Garcia, thrown on to first. Actually, he will eat it. Make a smart move there, but a great stop there to prevent it from getting into left field. But nevertheless, Dallin Quigley is aboard. That'll bring up Blake Scott, the catcher. Last time up, struck out. Nelson checking Quigley at first. Takes the sign. And the pitch. Beautiful outside four-seam fastball there. Gets the strike zone there for strike 1 on Scott. Today is Kids Day here at the ballpark, the 307 Sundays, as Brady Nelson throws over to first to check on Quigley. So a lot of kids here at the ballpark. Kind of a sparse crowd, as it was raining earlier. But nevertheless, a good showing of kids. It's good interactions between the Horseheads and their fans. As Nelson also throws over to first again, and still nothing going. So now the 0-1 to Blake Scott. This one slapped towards Aaron Garcia. Gets past him into left field for a single. That'll advance Quigley to second. And now 2 hits to start the inning. And the tying run of the ball game at the plate now in the form of Lane Shires. Last time got aboard with a walk, stole a base, advanced to third, and was left stranded. So Shires in his second at-bat will swing and miss at that first pitch there. Beautiful movement there, tailing towards the outside part of the plate. Definitely fooled Shires. Nelson looking on for the sign. Finds one he agrees with. Sets. And delivers the 0-1. Swung on and missed again. Beautiful sequence of pitches there so far, as now an 0-2 count awaits Lane Shires. Now getting set and ready for the delivery here. The 0-2 fouled into the screen towards somebody in the premium section there. Kind of flinched down there, but I don't blame him, because last night there was an instance where a ball was fouled back to the low part of the screen between the screen and the concrete backstop that somehow got through the netting. Luckily didn't hit anybody last night. Nobody was hurt. But now the 0-2 once more outside. Ball 1 does not get Shires to chase again. Still runners at first and second in the form of Quigley and Scott. Nelson now still taking his time here, not rushing anything here. This one hit towards the third baseman Wilms, who will throw on to first. A running play there gets him out for the first out of the inning. That'll bring up Jacob Watson, who similarly to Lane Shires, who preceded him in this lineup, grounded out to the third baseman. Jacob Watson, as I mentioned, had an excellent outing pitching tonight, or rather last night. Already a few errors on the scoreboard for both teams. Only one for the Horseheads, however, it appears. Nelson agreeing with a sign from Butterfield. This one inside. Butterfield makes a great stop there for ball one. But now I must have missed it or looked down or something. Or actually, no, I know what happened. I was focused on the play at first, but I did not notice that the two runners in Dallin Quigley and Blake Scott advanced to second and third. As this one is hitting the right field, that'll get down. Quigley will score, and coming around third is Blake Scott, as he kind of slowed down thinking he was going to stop at third, but the third base coach was like, "What are you doing? Go home." But nevertheless, the Sodbusters put up two more runs, still trailing the Horseheads 4-3 now, as Jacob Watson gets that 2 RBI single. But that brings up Sam Adams. Sam Adams, last time up, walked and was the third out, going to second, as this one is fouled out of play towards the right side. A good lead there from Jacob Watson. Nelson acknowledging it, potentially going to try and pick him off. He will not. Next pitch, a beautiful pitch. Is not called a strike, though. Evens up the count at 1 apiece. The 1-1 from Nelson gets past Butterfield, and Watson will advance, standing. And now the tying run in scoring position for the Sodbusters, with Brady Nelson looking to get out of this inning, but still 1 out on him. The infielders will need to check the runner at second if there is a ground ball hit in their direction. This next pitch is inside, ball 2, or rather ball 3, excuse me. So even more nerve-wracking for Brady Nelson, the young gun. And his pitch is hit into center field. Tagging up is Watson. Talbert settles under it, but it was shallow enough to where Watson was not going to test Talbert's arm. And that'll just be an F8 for Sam Adams, and brings up Sawyer Duddleston.
Number 18, Sawyer Duddleston.
Didn't have a great game, not a terrible game, but didn't have a great game that first night, but really broke out last night in that 9-8 victory with those 4 hits. And the first pitch inside, ball 1 to Duddleston. Duddleston last time hit it to Aaron Garcia. who flipped it on to second base, Chris Burke, and retired the side in the first. Next pitch outside, another great block, kept it in front of him, is Ty Butterfield, making this a 3-0 count. So now Nelson will look to attack down the middle. This one hit towards the third baseman. Wilms gets it and luckily finds Scott and tags him. What almost was an error turned out to be a inning retiring out. A great pickup there from Wilms. And we will head into the bottom of the third. The Sodbusters get across 2 runs, but the Horseheads remain in the lead 4-3. You're listening to Horseheads Baseball.
Also have a store in Casper and our website for more swag as well. Don't look like a fool and not wear the Horseheads gear. We promise you won't be mad without me.
How would you score that? It was hit to the third baseman, but it got the runner. Oh, fielder's choice, of course. Does that mean that Doubleston will be at bat next inning? Anybody know? Does that mean that Doubleston will be at bat next inning? No, because he hit it, right? Yeah. Chris Burke. That is Chris Burke, number 3. Yes.
Now to that number 3, Chris Burke.
Bottom of 3 here. Chris Burke leading things off with ball 1 from JT Cafferty. This next one fouled to the screen, already quickly evening up the count 1-1. Chris Burke last time up flew out to center. As the next pitch is a ball once more. The 2-1 is fouled into the screen. Finds himself evening up the count once more, but this time at 2 apiece. Sun coming back out again as this one is a ball, so kind of back and forth between balls and strikes up to the count where there cannot be any more balls and strikes. The 3-2 is ball 4. So Chris Burke aboard tonight for the first time with a ball, or a walk, a base on balls. Bringing up Tyler Butterfield.
Now up to bat, your pitcher, number 11.
Tyler Butterfield
Tyler
was the
Butterfield.
first batter up last inning in that big rally to get the 4-3 lead. But he flew out to the shortstop. The first pitch to Butterfield is outside, ball 1. JT Cafferty already set. And in motion is Chris Burke. This one fouled. Gets pretty close to the press box here. I was following that baseball as if I thought I was going to reach my arm out and catch it, but that'll be a strike on Tyler Butterfield, evening up the count at 1 apiece, and Chris Burke will have to go back to first. The next pitch swung on and missed. Tyler Butterfield will now need to choke up here with a 2-strike count on him. and 1 ball. The 1-2 outside, ball 2. Butterfield showing some patience here at the plate. But awaits the 2-2 from Cafferty. This one hit into the shin. He is looking like he is in pain, but he's getting up. Seems to be walking it off. The catchers really do a lot of the dirty work, especially being on their well, not on their knees, but on their ankles all game. So he has to have pretty strong legs and strong shins and strong ankles. So Butterfield seems all right there. Probably just need some ice after the game, and that's about it. It'll probably bruise up a little. But the count remains 2-2. And Butterfield will get another shot here. 2-2 hit. Gets past the infielders on the right side. Chris Burke advancing to second. And Tyler Butterfield is aboard with his first hit of today. A nice hit there. Kind of beating I don't even know if you could call it a shift because he's a lefty and he pulled that one. But a beautiful gap hit there, got into right field. And he is aboard with Ethan Rose now at the plate. Ethan Rose now, last time up, flew out to the third baseman that was tailing foul as he takes ball 1. Rose looking on to the sign from the third base coach, I should say, Chance Sharp, also head coach. Cafferty, the pitch, a bunt attempt, pulls back. Running in was Watson at first base. But he pulled back, and that is a ball, evens up the count at 1 apiece. With runners at first and second, a runner in scoring position. And the shortstop trying to check Chris Burke at second. This next pitch is a strike. Forgive me, it's hard to see the scoreboard and hard to see the umpire sometimes. So a 1-2 count, swung on and missed. And Ethan Rose is down on strikes, swinging. So with Rose being the first out of the inning, we'll bring up Brayton Wilms.
Number 2, Brayton Wilms.
Brayton Wilms got aboard last time with a single, came around to score the 3rd run of the 4 so far on the Horseheads scoreboard as he takes ball 1. Definitely a speedy kid and an energetic kid. As some of us have noticed as this one's hit to Tegan Tamaya. He boots this one, an E6, and Wilms is aboard with bases loaded now for Harrison Talbert. So a lot of defensive problems here for the Sodbusters as opposed to prior nights that allowed them to prevent the Horseheads from scoring a lot of runs and catching up with them. Now the coach will look to talk to the pitcher, J.T. Cafferty, see if he will stay in the game.
We do have ice cream down in the concession stands.
Once again, still bases loaded for the Horseheads and a chance to tack on some more runs. I see what looks to be some action in the bullpen. But the coach has made a decision to keep Cafferty in, as it is still early in the ball game, the 3rd inning here at Mike Lansing Field on this sunny, half gray Sunday afternoon. But as I mentioned, Harrison Talbert now, with only one out, has a chance to score some runs here as this one slapped, gets into left field. That'll score. Chris Burke coming around is Tyler Butterfield. 2 runs come across the plate on that 2 RBI single from Harrison Talbert. Braden Wilms will advance to second, or rather, advance to third. Must have missed that there. Brayton Wilms was starting to get up there. But now it is a 6-3 contest. Horseheads come away with this one right now. With runners at the corners once more. Brings up the top of the lineup in Aaron Garcia. Aaron Garcia, last time up, got on with a walk, came around to score. And we'll look to do something similar. Harrison Talbert had a jump there, but didn't go towards second. Actually, forgive me. I think Brayton Wilms tried to take third and was caught. So now we find ourselves with 2 outs. The count now 2-0 on Garcia as we get caught up here. So now Talbert is the only base runner at first. This one outside, ball 3. So what I think happened was there was a throw towards home, and Brayton Wilms, who was at second, tried to make it to third. And it was thrown back to third, and that's why he was getting up there. Baseball, a lot of things going on at once as strike 1 is called on Aaron Garcia. The 3-1 is called strike. Harrison Talbert heading towards second. The ball hits Talbert and goes into left field, but Talbert is safe at second base with a stolen base. But now a full count situation with 2 outs on Aaron Garcia and a runner in scoring position. Already a productive inning for the Horseheads. See if they can get anything more. This one hit towards Tegan Tamaya at short. A quick play, throw to first. A nice pick there from the first baseman Watson, but an infield single for Aaron Garcia advances Harrison Talbert to third. And that'll bring up Dylan Sunshine Baker. Starting to hear walk-up songs now, finally, for the Horseheads as the coach goes to visit J.T. Cafferty on the mound once more, and it looks to be a pitching change. So we will step aside real quick, and when we come back, 2 outs here in the bottom of the third. Now the score is 6-3. The Horseheads are leading the Sodbusters here at Mike Lansing Field. So the first pitching change here for the Sodbusters after 6 runs come across the plate in 3 innings for the Horseheads. A bit of luck for the Horseheads as they've needed it. The first pitch to Dylan Baker is called strike 1 from the new pitcher Braden Mackey out of northwestern Iowa. Next pitch is ball 1. Almost gets away from the catcher Blake Scott, but nothing going there with runners now at the corners. Aaron Garcia at first, Halbert at third. Braden Mackey batted in the lineup in the first game, I believe. Yes, the first game. In that starting lineup in their season opener. The count now 1-2 with 2 outs, runners going. As this one is fouled towards the Sodbusters dugout. Under it is Jacob Watson, who will settle under it and retire the side. But the Horseheads add on 2 more runs to make this a 6-3 ball game as we head into the 4th here at Mike Lansing Field. You're listening to Horseheads Baseball.
Third base side, where we will have our next game called Dress as a Player. Here's how it goes. We have 3 contestants who will be starting near home plate. We'll run down first base side where Sierra has their outfits, and we put on their jerseys and accessories. Oh my God, that's my friend. On first wins. Today's winner will receive a mini bag. Hannah, take it away. And they're off. Which one of these 3 contestants is going to win? Who's going to put on their stuff first? Getting some jerseys on here, folks. Now comes the hat. And we got one coming down very fast. And we have a winner, folks. Thank you, girls and contestants. Make sure to follow us on our Instagram at Casper Horseheads for future promos and player content.
Top of the 4, rather top of the 4th here, top of the 4. Who am I? As Riley Lang hits this first pitch towards Aaron Garcia at shortstop, settles under it and catches it. 1 pitch, 1 out now. As a fast first out here. Brings up Tegan Tamaya. Tegan Tamaya, similar to what had just happened to Riley Lang, flew out, not to shortstop, but rather to left field, hit it a bit further, of course. So Tegan Tamaya will face Brady Nelson for the 2nd time tonight. This pitch inside, ball 1. The 1-0 is outside, ball 2. Brady Nelson, so far, despite giving up 3 runs, has had a pretty solid start so far. This one outside, ball 3. Still no strikes on Tegan Tamaya. Tegan Tamaya having an on and then off day. Had a solid first game and a less than solid second game. This next pitch on the outside, strike 1. Calling a lot of those outside strikes there. It's the home plate umpire, Thane Yanni, who we're very grateful for to be the only umpire today. This one hit into left center. Kenny Garcia catches this one on the run. A great play there by Kenny Garcia. And that'll retire Tamaya for the second out. So Tamaya actually flies out to Kenny Garcia twice today so far. That'll bring up the 9-hitter in Jacob Shaw. Shaw flew out to right field last time up. In his second at-bat now, not only of the game, but of the season. The pitch to Shaw is outside, ball 1. Shaw, a pitcher. You never know if he'll come in to pitch later in this game, but only time will tell. But right now he appears to be hitting as he hits this one into right field. Tailing foul and gets foul. So a lucky break there for the right fielder, Ethan Rose, who does not have to chase that one down. Now the 1-1. Nelson accepting the sign. And the pitch, high ball 2. So Shaw will step out of the box here. And step back in it. And await the 2-1. This one hit towards Aaron Garcia. Thrown on to Ben Bach, who makes a nice play there, stretching to get that one. And retires the side. 1, 2, 3. Down go the Sodbusters, and the Horseheads will get some more at-bats when we come back. You're listening to Horseheads Baseball.
Leading the score 3-6. Does your youth want to learn baseball from our team? Well, good news. We have youth camps this summer. We have early bird registration that ends May 31st, and registration reopens back up on June 1st through June 14th. Our camp will be June 21st, 22nd, and 23rd from 9 a.m. to 1 p.m. This camp is for 6 to 12-year-olds. So sign up your youth for camp, taught by our coaches and our baseball players. You still have a few days left of early bird registration. You do not want to miss out on this opportunity.
Six-3 ball game. Ben Bach, the first batter up here for the Horseheads in the 4th. Ben Bach making a great stretch play there at first to end the top of the 4th. A throw from Aaron Garcia. Really had to make a full extension there, but got out of the inning with no base runners. And Ben Bach, the first pitch, a wild pitch. But no base runners, so no problem for Braden Mackey on the mound. Ben Bach in his 3rd at-bat. This one down in right field. That'll be another single, or rather another hit for Ben Bach, his 2nd of the day, as he is aboard to lead off things here in the 4th. Bringing up Kenny Garcia. Now going through their 3rd at-bats already here in the 4th inning. So very productive start here for the Horseheads as they get ball 1 on Kenny Garcia. Kenny Garcia got a single and a strikeout so far. So a 500 batting average day as the next pitch is low for ball 2. Garcia anticipates the 2-0. This one in there for strike 1. And now Garcia will look to put the barrel on the ball with Ben Bach at first. This one a nice fastball, but outside. Now the hitters count 3-1. Mackey, the 3-1. Outside, ball 4. Kenny Garcia is aboard for the second time tonight. That'll advance Ben Bach to second and bring up Chris Burke, who was one of the 6 runs to come across the plate for the Horseheads. Walked last time. Also flew out to center. And now the first pitch to Burke. A nice pitch there on the inside to mid part of the plate there for strike 1. Almost looked like a breaking pitch there. Could have been a breaking pitch, but definitely an off speed there. The next pitch. Ooh, inside for ball 2. Leaning away from it is Chris Burke, as he did not want to wear that one. Could have leaned into it, though, but it was heading towards his shoulder, and that's always a dangerous area that you don't want to play around with here. The 2-0 hitting to left field. Gets down. Coming around third is Ben Bach. Another run across the plate for the Horseheads. Chris Burke settles into second for the RBI double. Kenny Garcia now at third, and a 7-3 ball game now for the Horseheads. The Horseheads now out for blood, and a fire sparked within them. So with that RBI double, brings up Tyler Butterfield. Another one of the runs that came across the plate last inning. Started off with a single, his first hit of the ball game. Butterfield with 2 runners in scoring position will look to continue this hot streak here as he takes ball 1. Butterfield definitely one of the leaders on this team. As one of the older guys in the dugout. Next pitch outside for ball 2. Butterfield has definitely been a mentor to a lot of these young kids so far, as they've still been starting to get to know each other in this first homestand. This one hit foul. This is hit a mile high, maybe a home run in an elevator shaft, but unfortunately did not straighten out. Still some solid power there. He really got some good contact there. But now a 2-1 count on Butterfield. The next pitch, a nice breaking pitch there. Gets in there for strike 2. Still no outs here. And the 2-2 swung on and missed. Butterfield goes down swinging for the first out of the bottom of the 4th. That'll bring up Ethan Rose. Ethan Rose has yet to get a hit tonight.
Number 9, Ethan Rose.
Ethan Rose, last time up, struck out. Also flew out to the third baseman. Looking to wipe off the memory of those past 2 as he hits this one down the right field side, foul. Baseball is a very forgiving sport. Despite the mistakes that you can make in the game, you can always come back and redeem yourself, as Ethan Rose will now look to do with 2 runners in scoring position and a chance to just keep going at it. No mercy, as these Sodbusters have been really wearing down on these Horseheads and making them angry in the clubhouses. This next pitch is in there for a ball. Evens up the count at 1 apiece. Ethan Rose hoping to contribute to this team's success here so far today as he takes ball 2. Great plate patience there. So now the lefty on righty. Mackey on the mound. The 2-1 in there for strike 2. Now Rose will be looking to hit anything that's close. Getting a lot of support from the crowd right now. Mackey the 2-2. Swung on, fouled. Almost looked like it was spinning back into fair play, but it'll end up foul, dying on the grass there between home plate and third. And Rose will stay alive for the 2-2. Mackey looks and gets the sign from Blake Scott. Checks the runner at second. Time called by Ethan Rose. Very smart time call there. Mackey trying to throw him off his rhythm with this 2-strike count on him. Trying to get him to get ahead here, maybe expect an off speed. The 2-2 is outside, ball 3. And now Ethan Rose has to foul anything off, but if it is not close, we'll still get a board. 3-2 is high, ball 4. Rose is aboard and loads up the bases now for Brayton Wilms. Brayton Wilms on the day, 1 for 2, but aboard twice. An error and a single. An error does count as an at-bat, unfortunately, and it affects the batting average. And, of course, doesn't count as a hit as he fouls this one towards the right side. But he did get that single in the second inning, came around to score. It's tough to score errors, especially when, you know, these players really just want to pad their stats this summer. But there have been a lot of errors today and in this series on both sides of the field. That's just something that little kinks need to be worked out as the season progresses. That just comes with practice and getting to know, team chemistry. As Wilms takes ball 1. And these kids have been getting to know each other pretty well. This being only the 6th game that they've played together. The next pitch, a nice breaking pitch on the inside part, in there for strike 2. Only 1 out still. And still a bases loaded scenario for Wilms. The pitch, low, ball 2. Here in this bottom part of the lineup, the 9-hitter in the on-deck circle. Mackey the 2-2, low, ball 3. Now Mackey struggling a little bit. Still no action in the bullpen yet for the Sodbusters. But perhaps if some more runs come across the plate now, you might see some pitcher in relief as the next pitch is outside, ball 4. Horseheads walk in a run, or rather the Sodbusters walk in a run for the Horseheads to make this an 8-3 ball game. Really coming away with this one. And that'll bring up the bottom of the lineup in Harrison Taubert. So with Wilms with that walk, Talbert takes strike one. Talbert last time up got a single. The next pitch to Talbert, low, ball one. Staying in front of it is Blake Scott. Something that the Sodbusters were doing a lot last night, rallying on one. Seems to have been a change of pace or flip of the switch is perhaps what I was looking for, as Talbert takes strike two. Now in the Horseheads' favor tonight, the momentum here. The 1-2 outside. Holding up is Talbert, who evens up the count. Now Mackey not looking to give Talbert anything good to hit, but also not looking to get that third ball, as he does. Blake Scott almost allows the ball to get past him. But now another 3-2 situation for Braden Mackey and Talbert. We'll look to get aboard. This one fouled. Out of play. A lot of kids chasing after it. Good amount of kids at the ballpark today on this Sunday afternoon. A lot of fun promotions between innings. This one swung on and missed. Harrison Talbert loses the battle to Braden Mackey. A hard-fought battle, however. And that'll bring up the top of the lineup in Aaron Garcia.
Number 10, Aaron Garcia.
Garcia now 1 for 2 on the day with a walk. Aboard twice. Last time up got a single. And will not look to be the last out with 3 runners aboard as he hits this one towards Tegan Tamaya at short. And off the bag comes Jacob Watson, gets past him, scores another run. And that error will allow Aaron Garcia to get to first. So a single and we'll call it an E3, because that really should have been picked up by Jacob Watson. Scores 2 more runs, and now a 10-3 ball game. The first time that the Horseheads have gotten double digits in a ball game. Bringing up Dylan Baker, almost hitting their way through the lineup so far. If they can get Dylan Baker aboard.
Dylan Baker.
And Brayton Wilms now at third base. 2 runners in scoring position. First pitch to Baker gets away from Scott, but towards third base, so Wilms will not go for it. And like I said, the Horseheads really just looking for no mercy. They are ticked off. They are having no more of this. And I think that has brought them together closer as a team and given them a lot of heart as this one gets passed into left field. That should score the Brayton Wilms. Coming around as Aaron Garcia scores 2. Heading towards second is Dylan Baker, who gets in there with a double. A 2 RBI double makes this a 12-3 ball game. Almost a double-digit lead now. And the Horseheads looking happy for the first time in a couple nights. Now looks to be some action heading towards the bullpen, perhaps, for the Sodbusters. Maybe not. Still Mackey with 2 outs and a runner at second. But Ben Bach, who we saw at the top of this inning, they have officially batted through the lineup as Bach takes strike 1. 2 for 3 on the night. Bach with a double and a single. Finally starting to look like himself again, that excellent hitter in Ben Bach. Next pitch fouled over the screen. That'll be strike 2. And if you're a Horseheads fan, feels like you can breathe for the first time in a few nights. Whenever that fire is sparked, these baseball teams can become unstoppable. This next pitch gets away, and that should advance Dylan Baker to third. And he'll hold there at third with that pass ball. And that ball called, of course, on Ben Bach. So now a runner at third with 2 outs. And the run at third, if he crosses the plate, would make it a 10-run lead for the Horseheads. Next pitch, low, ball 2. Awaiting the 2-2 is Braden Mackey, and definitely some action in the bullpen now. This one swung on into left field. That'll score Dylan Baker. Call this a double-digit lead for the Horseheads as Ben Bach gets an RBI single, his 3rd hit of the night. And for the 2nd time in this same inning here, Kenny Garcia now up to bat. High fives all around for Dylan Baker as he heads into the dugout. Having a talk at the mound is Blake Scott, talking to Braden Mackey there. Still 2 outs and just an absolute 180. Cannot stress that enough. And it's a good thing for these Horseheads, I tell you. Garcia looking to continue this as the first pitch to him is inside, ball 1. Mackey now, the 1-0. This one hitting into left center. Coming over is Quigley, who drops it. Coming around third is Ben Bach, who will score the 14th run. And having a little fun at second base there is Kenny Garcia. We'll attribute that as, I hesitate to say, an E8, but that is what it is. Quigley dropping that ball. Ben Bach scoring that 14th run, bringing up Chris Burke for the 2nd time this at-bat. It's an absolute ugly showing for the Sodbusters. This is fun baseball, folks, as Burke takes ball 1. Burke now, the 1-0. This one hit, line drive, finds the glove of the third baseman Riley Lang, and finally Mackey gets out of this inning, but not before the Horseheads score 8. 8, you heard me, folks. Make this an 11-run lead for the Horseheads. Some life here at Mike Lansing Field. Get excited, fans. As we head into the 5th, you're listening to Horseheads Baseball.
Our beer chug racing contestant has 2 home hands with 2 draft beers, and whoever can finish both of their beers first is today's beer chug winner. And now, fans, please direct your attention to our Horseheads dugout at third base. Attendants here get our friends ready to go in the beer chug.
Who's ready for our favorite game of the night? We have Steve and Randall going at each other in the beer chug. Are you gentlemen ready? 3, 2, 1, jump.
to bat for the Hastings Sodbusters, number 4, Dallin Quigley.
Top of 5 after a very exciting offensive spout of energy from the Horseheads, scoring 8 in the bottom of the 4th. Brings up a new pitcher in Tommy Touche out of Southwest Oregon, who faces off against Dallin Quigley for ball 1. Tommy Touche making his second appearance for the Horseheads this summer as Quigley evens up the count 1 apiece with that foul ball. Touche arrived just a couple nights ago and had to pitch only a couple hours after he arrived here in Casper. This one hits the inside part of the handle, fouled, making this a 1-2 count on Quigley. Quigley has come around to score 2 of the 3 runs that the Sodbusters have on the board today with 2 singles. This one swung on and missed. He got him. Quigley goes down on strikes, and Touche gets a great start to his appearance today. Brings up Blake Scott, the catcher, who was definitely on his ankles a lot last inning as the Horseheads batted through the lineup and then some, a couple batters extra. I believe there were about 11 or 12 batters last inning. The first pitch from Touche outside ball 1. Blake Scott got a single in his last at-bat, came around and scored that 3rd run for the Sodbusters as the next pitch in there, the low inside part for strike 1. Blake Scott also had a strikeout earlier today, so he is 1 for 2 on the day. Touche. Inside, nice pitch there, but called ball. The kid from Eugene, Oregon, grew up as, I would assume, I believe, a Ducks fan. Oregon Ducks out there in Eugene, Oregon, as he throws ball 3. So a 3-1 count on Blake Scott. Touche sets and fires for strike 2. Now Blake Scott will need to get a contact swing going here if he wants to be aboard and even start to chip away at what the Horseheads have done to them so far today as he gets aboard with a walk. Tommy Touche loses the battle there. So Blake Scott aboard, Lane Shires up to the plate.
Next up to that, Lane Shires.
Shires got aboard the first time up with a walk, but grounded out to that third baseman, Brayton Wilms. Touche now from the stretch is high ball 1. Crowd getting a lot more excited now, and a reason to be excited now. After that inning, outside, ball 2. Great job by Tyler Butterfield for not letting that ball get away there. That was an outside pitch there that he had to jump out there for. Next pitch fouled to the screen. And now a 2-2, I believe. Actually, a 2-1, forgive me. So the 2-1 is high ball 3. Now Touche will need to give him a pitch closer to the plate to hit or at least foul off. Touche's pitch to Shires is fouled and out of play. So now he's got the 2-strike count on Shires. Shires now settles back in the box with a runner on and 1 out. Touche takes a look over to first, gets set, and the 3-2 swung on, fouled right around the line of the backstop and the netting. Not a pretty big backstop for Mike Lansing Field, but a concrete one. So if it's hitting the backstop, it's going right back. There's definitely a lot of give there. Once again, the 3-2 outside and another walk. So runners at first and second now on Tommy Touche. Brings up Jacob Watson. Still a lot of breathing room as they put on so much insurance. You could call it a bundle package. Home and auto or something like that, but here it's just baseball. A 1 out still for Jacob Watson, who takes ball 1. Touche sets and delivers. This one a strike right down the pipe. Really receiving some support today from the fans. I see today the popcorn being served in these fun little cones. Little stopper at the bottom there so you can fit it in your cup holder. Fun little way to eat popcorn as this one is fouled to the screen. Making this a 2-strike count now on Jacob Watson. Watson 1 for 2 on the day. Got a single in his last at-bat and was picked off going from second to third. This is how the official ruling is. Next pitch inside. Will even up the count 2-2. Now Touche gets ready for the 2-2. And the pitch. Swung on and missed. He got another strikeout on Jacob Watson. Sends him packing to the dugout. That'll bring up Sam Adams once more in his third at-bat today.
All the way from Boston, Sam Adams.
So Sam Adams, not the beer, but the baseball player. I'm sure he's never heard that once in his life. Takes strike 1. I say sarcastically, of course. He has gotten out twice, but has gotten aboard. Earlier in today's ball game, he fouls this one for strike 2. Now with 2 outs and down to 1 strike, circling around the plate, he swung pretty strongly on that one. Had to walk around the catcher and the umpire there. But now the 0-2 with 2 outs. Tommy Touche, a chance to get out of this inning. This one swung on, fouled. A chase for the baseball, but it was a lot closer to the Sodbusters dugout. Tosses it over to the Horseheads dugout regardless. So some fun antics going on the field outside of the game. But the 0-2 Swung on, fouled once more, out of play. Tommy given a lot of pitches to hit. Attacking the strike zone, which is a good thing most of the time, as long as you don't throw it too much over the plate. But now the 0-2 from Touche. A beautiful strikeout. Rings him up. 3 strikeouts for Tommy Touche. Leaves 2 stranded. The Sodbusters get nothing out of that inning. The score remains 14-3. The Horseheads will get some more at-bats when we come into the bottom of the 5th. You're listening to Horseheads Baseball.
Now on the mound for the Hastings Sodbusters, number 31, Manny Herrera from York Community College. Now up to the plate for your Casper Horseheads, number 11, Tyler Butterfield.
Bottom of 5 here, 14-3 is the score. The Horseheads have come away with this one. And a second pitching change, a third pitcher for the Sodbusters in the form of Manny Herrera. If that sounds familiar, it should. Last night came up. Tyler Butterfield smacks this one. It goes foul. Oh, man, if that was over a couple more feet, he would have been trotting those bases. Let me get back into explaining Manny Herrera, though. Last night came in to relieve Jacob Watson in that bottom of the 9th high-pressure scenario, that nail-biter, where Herrera would get the save and come within a very close. Oh, this one smacked to right field, but will not make it as far as that other one. Getting under it is Sawyer Duddleston. So a fly out to right field for Butterfield, the first batter up and first batter down. Ethan Rose now up to the plate. Ethan Rose got aboard last time with a walk, came around to score. First pitch in there for strike one, down the middle. Herrera goes for the second pitch. A ball evens up at 1 apiece. Manny Herrera out of York Community College. Didn't have any stats in 2022. As the next pitch from Herrera, a nice breaking pitch gets in there for strike 2 on Ethan Rose. The 1-2 from Herrera, outside, ball 2. Ethan Rose will tighten his batting gloves a little bit more. And tighten up on his bat in hopes of making some contact and getting something else started for the Horseheads, even though they're very much in the lead here as this ball is fouled out of play. You can always hear the thuds on the bleachers at any time that there is a foul ball hit over the bleachers of all the kids on the bleachers trying to chase after that ball. The next pitch, low, ball 3. Now another opportunity to get on base, either through watching another pitch go by or smacking it somewhere on the field. And that choice is up to Ethan Rose. Next pitch is hit. Gets past the shortstop into center field. Ethan Rose aboard with his first hit of the day. A single for Ethan Rose. That'll bring up Brayton Wilms, the third baseman, in his 4th at-bat so far here in the 5th inning.
Number 2, Brayton Wilms.
Wilms 1 for 2, but like I said, in his 4th plate appearance with a walk and an error. First pitch to Wilms, a strike. Wilms is one of the couple players, it looks to be 5 players, if my math is correct, on this Horseheads lineup that have scored 2 runs apiece, attributing to this 14 runs on the scoreboard here as Wilms looks at that off-speed strike on the outside part there, making it an 0-2 count with 1 out and a runner at first here. Not a bad day for really anybody on this roster. As a pickoff attempt there to Ethan Rose, nothing going there. Herrera looks back at first. Gets ready to deliver the 0-2. Swung on and missed. And Wilms goes down swinging. That'll bring up Harrison Talbert again.
Now at the bat.
Talbert 1 for 3 so far. Talbert had a single in the 3rd. Struck out in the 4th, but also came around to score. It appears that everybody now in this lineup has come around to score a run. At least one. This one inside, ball 1. Oh, actually, forgive me, that is not Harrison Talbert. Looks to be a pinch hitter here. That is number 24. We're looking it up on the roster as we speak. That is Julian Jenkins, who swings and misses. Julian Jenkins in the game now. Who was sick last night, but is feeling a bit better today. This one outside. Ball 2.
That is Julian Jenkins. Folks.
So now the 2-1 to Jenkins. Outside ball 3. You'd assume that Jenkins, a very speedy outfielder who typically plays right field, will probably take over for Talbert next inning as he swings and fouls this down the third base line. Making this a full count now with 2 outs. Manny Herrera a chance to get out of this inning if he puts it in the right spot. Herrera looks on for the sign. Sets. And the pitch, runner going. Strike 3 called on Julian Jenkins. And Herrera will get out of that inning. So no more runs come across the plate, but the Horseheads still lead it 14-3 as we head into the 6th.
Now for our next game, we are going to do the Snap Fitness Mascot Race. Here's what's going to happen, folks. One of our youth fans is going to try and be our mascot, Derek, to first base, starting on the third base side. And now, fans, please direct your attention to the third base side as Hannah and Sierra kick off our Snap Fitness Mascot Race.
Hey y'all, here we have Bethany getting ready to race against our mascot, Derek the Horsehead. Are y'all ready? Okay. 3, 2, 1, go!
And they're off, folks. She is running fast.
Bethany is the winner!
Way to go, Bethany. Thank you, Derek and Bethany. We thank our friends also at Snap Fitness for all they do in our community. Snap Fitness is the official gym of the Casper Horseheads. Up to that number 18, Sawyer Donaldson.
Here in the 6th inning now, Horseheads still lead it by 11. Duddleston now the first batter up in the 6th inning, facing Tommy Touche, taking strike 1 on the inside part of the strike zone. Duddleston 1 for 2 on the day. Got a single and a ground out to the shortstop. This next pitch outside evens up the count at 1 apiece. You'll wonder what the Sodbusters' approach to this so far blowout will be or will look like. See some people heading down to the bullpen right now for the Horseheads to potentially relieve Tommy Touche as he throws ball 2. Not that Tommy Touche has necessarily had a bad outing. He has not allowed any runs across so far. The next pitch outside, making this a 3-1 count. Now Tommy Touche will look to get back in this count. Touche, outside, ball 4. So Duddleston now aboard. With that walk, we'll bring up Riley Lang. Riley Lang 0 for 2 on the day. Got a strikeout and a fly out to shortstop. not having a great night himself. This bottom of the lineup, the 7, 8, and 9 spot as Lang takes strike one, I've noticed, are all 0 for 2 so far. All flyouts except for that one strikeout that Riley Lang had in the second inning. Next pitch hit in the right field. Going back is Ethan Rose. Makes a great catch. On the run, will keep the runner Duddleston at first. Hats off to Ethan Rose for making that play there. Good drop step there, too. That'll be the first out of the inning. Bringing up Tegan Tamaya. Tamaya, both times up, flew out to Kenny Garcia in left field. So Kenny Garcia, look out. I know he's not tuned into the broadcast, obviously. As Tamaya takes strike one. Garcia, Kenny Garcia, is very removed from the left field foul line, closer to center field, a bit of an outfield shift there, as Tamaya takes ball one on the outside part. And the crowd chanting, "We want free beer," as Tamaya is the K-man of the night here for the Horseheads faithful. The next pitch inside, ball two on Tegan Tamaya. Tamaya out of Hilo, Hawaii, which is actually where Horseheads Jake Chisenkram is headed to college in the fall, as this ball is headed towards the press booth, gets over the concessions, and some lucky kid will find that. So now a 2-strike count on the K-man. 2-2 now from Tommy Touche. Ooh, gets behind Tamaya, and the runner Duddleston will advance to second for a 3-2 count now. Touche now exchanging balls with the umpire Yenny to get a more or a ball with a better grip, I think, because that one just got away from him, and it happens to the best of us. So now the 3-2 from Touche is low ball 4. The fans will not see beer quite yet, free beer. There was a strikeout on the K-man last night. The K-man, of course, being the designated, or not the designated hitter, but the hitter that the people up here in the press booth designate, if that makes sense, to potentially win everybody free beer if they get struck out. So the next batter is Jacob Shaw. We'll take ball one, with now runners at first and second with that Tamaya walk. Only one out on Tommy Touche, or rather for Tommy Touche. A fun name to say. That's why I got to say both names. The next pitch to Shaw, low and outside, ball 2. Once again, Duddleston at second. Tegan Tamaya at first. Now the 2-0. Outside, ball 3. Now Touche will have to focus up here. Get some across the plate. Not looking like Shaw is going to swing at it. 3-0, low ball 4 does not find the strike zone, so now loads up the bases, and Sharp will come out to talk to Touche. With 2 consecutive walks there on Touche. He will hand over the ball, and that'll finish his night. So pitching change. We will come right back here at Mike Lansing Field. You're listening to Horseheads Baseball. It looks like Flores. Let me see if it is number 18. Butterfield gets out of the way. I say 1 and 8. I think it is. Yep, Nick Flores. Yeah, Nick Flores out of Frank Phillips. I don't know if it's university or college. So just say Frank Phillips. 18.
Folks, we look like we had a pitching change here, and now on the mound for your Casper Horseheads. From Frank Phillips, number 18, Nick Flores.
A pitching change. Tommy Touche now out for the Horseheads. Coming in is Nick Flores out of Frank Phillips College, number 18, who last played on Thursday night against the Gem City Bison in that 3-game series where they went down 1-2. And a shout out to the music selection here at the ballpark, as Dallin Quigley fouls this one off. Playing Olivia Rodrigo here at the ballpark. Music still playing. Now it has been turned down. The 0-1 now is inside. A good cutter there from the lefty Flores, but evens up the count at 1 apiece. Flores looks on, and still a bases loaded scenario with 1 out, and time is called by Quigley. Strikeout last time up on Quigley. This one on the inside part. Gets to Wilmez, throws on to first. Misses it is Ben Bach. That'll score at least 2. Coming around third is Jacob Shaw. So 3 runs come across the plate for the Sodbusters. So making this a 14-6 ball game, but still comfortably in the lead are the Horseheads with that RBI triple, or rather not a triple, that was an error, but Quigley now at third base. And now Nick Jones up to bat to pinch hit for Blake Scott. He fouls this one off. It looks like it almost hit somebody. Hope they're okay. She looks okay. So we're getting caught up here. Still in the 6th inning now. A strike from Flores to Nick Jones. The next pitch almost gets away. It is a ball. So a 1-2 count. Now Flores will get set and deliver this one hit foul down the first base line. So the Sodbusters kind of just looking to change things around. Nick Jones is a catcher. So Blake Scott will probably be done for the night, and Nick Jones will take over for him behind the dish as he hits this one to Wilms, who will go to first. A run comes across the plate, but an out is recorded. The 5-3 play there gets the second out. Quigley making it a 14-7 game now. So not as big of a lead as they had, the Horseheads, of course. Brings up Lane Shires in his 4th at-bat. Last time up, got a walk. He has 2 walks on the day, as a matter of fact, as he takes ball 1 from Flores. The 1-0 is hit towards Wilmez again and gets the out. So, 2 consecutive hits to Brayton Wilms, and that will retire the side. The Sodbusters put on 4, but still trail by 7 here against the Horseheads in Game 3. When we come back, it'll be the 7th inning. You're listening to Horseheads Baseball. Oh, wait, no. Bottom of 6, yeah, sorry. Since we batted in the lineup, I saw 7. Shame too, because I really like that song that was playing over that at cat. I wanted to hear it more, but obviously, all right. Yeah.
Sorry, folks. I guess no switch here line for tonight. But up to bat number 10, Aaron Garcia.
Bottom of 6 now. The Sodbusters put up 4 runs, but the Horseheads still comfortably in the driver's seat in this game. 14-7 is the score, and the top of the lineup in Aaron Garcia. The first pitch from Manny Herrera to the new catcher, Nick Jones, gets away from him. for ball one. Aaron Garcia, I should say, has gotten aboard in his past 3 plate appearances as he takes ball two. A walk and a couple hits. Rather, there was an error, so technically not a hit, but still came around to score twice as he gets a strike on him. And the 2-1, a great breaking pitch there for strike 2. And Garcia will look to do something here. With now the 2-2. And that looked to, the signal looked to be a strike. So I think it must have been a 2-1 prior to that. Must have been. So now it is a 2-2. We got caught up. We apologize. Time is called by Aaron Garcia. Sometimes when the game moves as fast as it does, we miss a few things, including the pitch count. This one gets outside for ball 4. So one of those strikes must have been a ball, and it was, in fact, a 3-2 count. But nevertheless, Aaron Garcia is aboard. Here in the bottom of the 6th, the first runner up brings up Dylan Baker. Jones talking to Herrera. Nobody in the bullpen for the Sodbusters yet. Dylan Baker has an impressive 3 hits on the day today. 3 for 4 so far. Also scored 2 runs and finds himself with a runner at first, no outs. And this one fouled back into the concourse. It's funny because you see these kids, one clearly has a lead on it, but then you see these kids coming down from the bleachers in hopes of finding it after them. The next pitch is low for ball 1, evens up the count. Herrera sets for the 1-1. Outside, ball 2. Now Dylan Baker, no pressure on him, no pressure in the world. Now it's just a stat padding game. This one hit very well into center, having to back up is Quigley towards the warning track. He gets under that one, and Aaron Garcia will have to go back to first. He was kind of backpedaling there, Quigley out there in center. But Quigley, a very athletic center fielder, made his way to it. So that'll be the first out of the bottom of the 6th here, and Ben Bach will be the next person to face Manny Herrera. Last time up in the 4th, had 2 at-bats in the same inning. And in both at-bats in the same inning, had a single and came around to score. So a very impressive inning there for Ben Bach. An impressive game for Ben Bach so far as he takes ball 1. I mean, an impressive game for everybody on the Horseheads, but I cannot speak highly enough about this offense so far. The 1-0 is in there down the pipe for strike 1. Baker has seen it. Now he knows what to look for. He wants to get a hit off of Manny Herrera. So Ben Bach now fouls this one and will get out of play. It It has cooled down significantly in this crisp summer afternoon, around 5:30 p.m. here in Casper, Wyoming. 1-2 now the count on Ben Bach, and the pitch from Herrera is outside, ball 2. Herrera will check for the sign from Jones. Calling time is Ben Bach. Throws Herrera off his rhythm a little bit. The 2-2 high. Makes it a full count, and a frustrated Manny Herrera will look to do something here. The 3-2 to Bach is hit high towards right center. Let's see who settles under it. Duddleston will catch this one. Garcia will still stay at first. So 2 consecutive flyouts. That'll bring up Kenny Garcia. Kenny Garcia now in his 5th at-bat. Also had 2 at-bats in that 4th inning. And also got aboard both times. Kenny Garcia scoring a run, having a single earlier in this game and a strikeout. One of the few strikeouts so far for the Horseheads as he swings and misses and kind of flips his bat and catches it as if he struck out, but he did not. The Cal State San Marcos product. The 0-1, low, ball 1. I tell you, if Kenny Garcia continues the week he's been having into the late summer, he's going to have a lot to tell Coach when he gets to Cal State San Marcos. And he hasn't played baseball there in a couple years, but he has been on the roster as he hits this one into left field. That'll get down. Bach will stay at second. And like I said, Kenny Garcia just continuing to mash the ball right now. So Garcia aboard. Runner now in scoring position for number 4. It looks like, no, number 3, sorry. Chris Burke. I thought I saw a pinch hitter. At this point in the ball game, you could really see a pinch hitter in any position. But with 2 outs. This one inside. A little bit of chin music there for ball 1. The crowd getting into it. Like I said, Manny Herrera is still looking quite frustrated as he had that solid close last night that almost got away from him. But this game has already gotten away from the Sodbusters as this ball heads towards us here in the press box, and that'll roll down in this section. Be picked up by a fan here in this section, tossed on to a kid. The 1-1, low ball 2 to Chris Burke. Burke now 1 for 3 on the night with a walk and a double, 2 runs across the plate. But now the 2-1 from Herrera is inside, ball 3. Once again ahead of the count. Manny Herrera losing these counts seemingly with every batter. The shortstop teasing Ben Bach there at second as if they were going to pick him off. This one hit into right field, shallow, It'll get into no man's land. Ben Bach will come around to score. Kenny Garcia to third. Ball gets away from Riley Lang. Kenny Garcia will come around to score to tack on 2 more runs for the Horseheads. 16-7 is the score here at Mike Lansing Field. With that, I would call that a double because the error was attributed to Kenny Garcia and not the advancement of Chris Burke, who got to second safely.
Now up to that.
That'll bring up Tyler Butterfield.
Number 11, Tyler Butterfield.
So 2 RBIs for Chris Burke on that hit there. And Butterfield will look to keep this fun game going for the Horseheads. And Burke somehow got to third. As Butterfield hits this one into right field, that'll score Burke. Be an RBI single for Tyler Butterfield. Making this a 17-7. They got back the double-digit lead, folks. Already. Bringing up Ethan Rose.
Now up to that for your Horseheads. Number 9, Ethan Rose.
Already a blowout and making this even more of a blowout. Speaking of blowouts, I don't know if you guys saw this. As the first pitch is outside for ball 1 to Ethan Rose. Last night, the Gem City Bison played the Fremont Moo, and the Gem City Bison lost 30-13. You heard me right, 30. That is 3-0 as Ethan Rose takes strike 1. So much that the graphic for the Bison, they had to cover up the logo. They were a bit embarrassed about that score. The next pitch, low, ball 2. And this is looking very similar to that Gem City Bison game with this 10-run lead. Obviously not as big, but you never know. We're still here in the 6th, and these Horseheads bats are hotter as they've ever been, hot as they've ever been. Swung on and missed is Ethan Rose, and now 2 strikes on 2 balls. Butterfield at first there. Everybody's getting RBIs today. Everybody's coming around. Everybody's padding their stats today. It's a good day for the fans here at Mike Lansing Field. The 2-2 strike 3 call right down the pipe froze Ethan Rose, and Manny Herrera will get out of this inning, but not before 3 more runs come across the plate for the Horseheads, making this a 17-7 contest when we head into the 7th. Coming back, you're listening to Horseheads Baseball.
This game that involves 2 contestants wearing tissue boxes around their waist and trying to shake out the ping pong balls inside until they are all out. Today's winner will receive a Casper Horseheads hat. And now, fans, please direct your attention down to third base side. Girls, take it away.
Who's ready to shake it out?
I'm sorry I had to mention the whole. We were talking about it earlier.
Today in our competition, we have Cassidy and our pitchers have been starred with the Horseheads. Are y'all ready to shake it out? Ready, set, go.
Yeah, no, we were thinking about how we would make a snarky remark towards the Bison.
Cassidy is your
We
winner!
had a lot of comments towards us, so I had to say it on air.
Way to go, Cassidy. Great shaking. We want to again thank all the companies around Casper who are helping provide free and post-game meals for our players. Hey parents, make sure to send your kids to the party deck behind third base. During the top of the 7th inning, we will be getting the kids lined up to thank the host families again for providing our players with a place to stay this season. We are still looking for a few host families this season as well. If you are interested, please go down to the team shop where one of our owners will be happy to meet with you as you fill out your application to host a player. Thank you very much, host families.
Top of 7 now. Up to bat is Jacob Watson, who is 1 for 3 on the day's show far in his 4th plate appearance. 17-7. I don't know if you've noticed. Obviously, Scorebug is always on the YouTube broadcast, and we thank everybody for tuning in, of course. As always, as Jacob Watson takes strike 1 from Nick Flores. The next pitch from Flores is low ball 1, evens up the count at 1 apiece. The 1-1 from Flores is outside, ball 2. Watson last time up, struck out swinging. So far, not too many lineup changes for the Sodbusters aside from one. The catcher changing out here as this ball gets low for ball 3. So now Flores will have to work the 3-1 with Butterfield. That ball kind of hitting his shin guard there, it looked like. But he looks to be fine. A 3-1 from Nick Flores, low ball 4. First runner is aboard for the Sodbusters. Next up is the DH, Sam Adams. 0 for 2 on the day so far. A backwards K last time up. Has been the third out in 2 separate occasions, once in the 5th inning and once in the 1st inning, as he takes ball 1. Flores looks at the runner at first, and the pitch is inside, ball 2. Working a lot of cutting action on his pitches. Nick Flores throwing his cutter to a lefty, obviously goes towards the inside part of the plate. Another kind of cutting action, a little bit of less of movement. And that'll find the strike zone for strike 1. So now a 2-1 count. Low ball 3. Finds himself in a similar situation as he did in his prior at-bat. 3-1 to Jacob Watson was a walk. And Flores will not be looking to repeat himself here if he can help it. Flores definitely a fun presence around the clubhouse, by the way, as this one is smacked foul, making this a 3-2 count. So now Adams will settle in. And the southpaw Flores, the 3-2, swung on, foul back once more, out of play. Still a fun day as always. Looks like Derek is just, the mascot Derek is just being mobbed by the dugout on Kids Day today, the 307 day, the first 307 day of the game, of the season, as this one's hit into right field. Ethan Rose tracking it. Will make the catch. And Jacob Watson will stay at first. So a couple nice grabs out there for Ethan Rose. Shout out to Ethan Rose. As that brings up Sawyer Duddleston.
Number 18, Sawyer Dawson.
He'll get ready to hit here. He had a great night last night. Not as great a night this night. Only 1 for 2 today with a walk and a run scored as he takes ball 1. The next pitch is inside. It hits him. Hits Duddleston in the foot. And Duddleston will be aboard. Advancing Watson to second. That'll bring up Riley Lang. I believe the kids congregated around the dugout right now are looking forward to running the bases. I want to say that's after the game, but it could be between innings. If it's between the innings, you'll see it. But it looks like Chance Sharp is going to come out and take the ball from Nick Flores and his night pitching change here. We will come back shortly here in this ball game. You're listening to Horseheads Baseball.
Now on the mound for your Horseheads, number 33, Addison Southwick from Augustana College.
Third pitching change for the Horseheads comes in the form of Augustana College product Addison Southwick, who last pitched on Thursday night against the Gem City Bison, who will face Riley Lang with runners at first and second as he throws that first pitch in there for strike 1. Still 1 out. So Southwick, the righty, will throw this next pitch outside, even up the count at 1 apiece. Now, a funny story, I guess you'd call it funny. On Thursday night, he came out as number 33, and on the roster at the time, Lang fouls this one into the screen, making it a 1-2 count. On the roster, it said that Quinn Holcomb was number 33, when in fact, Southwick was the one on the mound. And something I didn't realize, Quinn Holcomb isn't even in Casper, Wyoming yet. He will be soon, as Lang fouls another one back, keeping the count at 1-2. So we will expect Holcomb here, but not wearing 33, as that one belongs currently on the body of Addison Southwick. Had a 3-1 record at Augustana College. This one hit into right field. That'll get through and load up the bases. Jacob Watson not coming around. Playing it safe, staying at third. So a single from Riley Lang to start off things here. And that'll bring up the K-Man Tegan Tamaya. Last time up, walked, came around to score. Also flew out to left field 2 times tonight. With 1 out, a great opportunity for the Hastings team here as this is hitting the center field. Julian Jenkins now in center field catches it, prevents a run from scoring. Sorry, I had a lapse of judgment moment, a bad brain moment. But Tegan Tamaya flies out to the center fielder. Sorry, my brain is still getting wrapped around everything right now. But that'll bring up Jacob Shaw. Last time up, walked and scored. But now 2 outs. This one fouled back to the screen. And like I said, Julian Jenkins is out there in center field. Talbert out of the game as Jenkins came in to end his afternoon. His next pitch, a beautiful pitch, but is not called a strike. I guess it looks beautiful from here, but might look different from down there at the plate. This one fouled towards the Sodbusters dugout and will not make it. Somebody saying go get candy in reference to the promotion here where if a kid catches, or really anybody catches a foul ball and turns it into the concession stand, they get a free piece of candy of their choosing. But now the 1-2 swung on, hit towards Brayton Wilms, thrown on to Ben Bach. That'll retire the side, leave 3 stranded. No runs come across the plate. The score remains 17-7 as we head into the bottom of the 7th. Stretch time here on this beautiful Sunday afternoon. We will be right back.
Players with food after the games. Now, fans, please direct your attention to third base side, where our kids will be running the bases during our 7th inning stretch. And they are off. Watch those kids run those bases. Looks like we got some players out there too running the bases with them. Don't trip over any of them. Ooh, lost the shoe. They're rounding third. Coming home. Is one of them going to slide? Whoa, looks like our players are getting beat by a bunch of kids. They're coming around.
What a guy.
All right, folks. Ooh, we look like we got a scrap. They're trying to go for a second round there. Thank you, kids, for running the bases during our 7th inning. Thank you very much.
New pictures. Is that 7? Yeah, 7. Jacob Shaw. He was the guy who was just up. Yeah. Out of Cloud Community College. So he's moving from second base. So let me see who's at second base. Number 3 is at second base. Nick DeMonte is at second base now.
Folks, it looks like the Hastings Sodbusters made a couple moves. On the mound now. Jacob Shaw, number 7, who was just at second base. Now at second base. Number 3, Nick DeMonte.
So after stretch time, not really stretch time, but it was a fun day here at the ballpark. All the kids in the stands got to run around the bases with the players.
Now up to bat for your
So if
number 2.
you're out there in Casper and you want to come to the Horseheads game and that sounds appealing to you as a kid or as a parent who has a hyper kid who wants to run around the bases here at Mike Lansing Field, come on a Sunday. It's Kids Day. Brayton Wilms up to bat right now. But a pitching change. A familiar face in Jacob Shaw on the mound right now as the second pitch is ball 2 to Wilms. Jacob Shaw was at second base. He was replaced by Nick DeMonte, who is currently at that position as Wilms takes strike 1. Shaw out of Cloud Community College. Wilms hits this one to Tegan Tamaya. Thrown on to first and retires Wilms. That'll bring up Julian Jenkins, who came in for Harrison Talbert earlier in this ball game in the 5th inning. Julian Jenkins last time up struck out looking. He has had a couple backwards Ks so far this year, but not all of them are his fault. Some of them have been on the umpires. We have agreed up here in the press box. This one fouled down the right field line. It's already strike 1 on Julian Jenkins. This one swung on and missed. For strike 2 on Julian Jenkins already. Jenkins, I believe, will be on the road this next week and then will end his Horseheads career after that, or at least for the summer, as he has to go back to where he's from. I know he's a graduate, so I don't know if he's still playing baseball outside of this. I'll have to ask him after the game. But he has a ball on him now, 1-2. He is, nevertheless, he has been an excellent presence and a hard worker here in Casper in his time here so far. The next pitch swung on and missed. And that'll be strike 3. Setting down the second batter in a row is Jacob Shaw. We'll bring up the top of the lineup and Aaron Garcia.
Stepping up to the plate, number 10, Aaron Garcia.
So Aaron Garcia will have his, what looks to be his 6th plate appearance. Just so much offense here already. A lot of chances here as ball 1 comes across the plate to Aaron Garcia. Has scored 3 runs so far on the day. One of 2 players in the Horseheads lineup to score 3 as he takes strike 1. Only 1 hit, though, out of his previous 5 at-bats. Still a productive day nonetheless. This one looks like it might have hit the umpire on a foul ball. So they'll have to check on Thane Yenny. You hope he's okay because he's the only umpire out there right now. Looks a bit shaken. Both coaches looking to go talk to him and just make sure he's all right. Obviously, without an ump, you can't have a game. So we'll see. We'll let him take his time here. discussing it is also the team owner for the Sodbusters, along with the head coach and the couple coaches for the Horseheads. They are all concerned for him right now. He's still standing, though. You just worry about a concussion, obviously, because that was directly at his head. He took off his mask immediately. So Yanni will head to the screen right now. He gave a thumbs up there. I think he's going to take a drink of water or Gatorade or something. Looks like he'll be all right. Hope the best for Thane Yenny. Came up to the press booth the other day. Seems like a great guy. So far, calling a solid game. And the game will continue. So a 1-2 count still on Aaron Garcia. The next pitch is outside, ball 2. And just like that, already a 3-2 count. Another ball in there. On Aaron Garcia. 3-2, 2 outs. Strike 3. Got him looking. And Jacob Shaw gets the 1-2-3 for the Sodbusters. They head back to the dugout. And they will head into the 8th when we come back.
Please direct your attention to third base side where Dizzy Bat will start.
Who's ready for a little dizzy bat? We have Jake versus Josiah. Are you gentlemen ready? Okay, 3, 2, 1, go. Josiah's gonna be your winner.
Folks, I got a spread for you. Down in the concessions, it is going to be half off hot foods. So burgers, hot dogs, and nachos if they haven't run out. So if you are hungry, go down to the concessions to get some very tasty food.
Eighth inning, and righty Addison Southwick still on the mound, facing the top of the lineup now. In Dallin Quigley. First pitch to Quigley is hit foul down the third base line. Quigley scored 3 runs of the 7 so far for the Sodbusters. Also had a strikeout. 2 hits. The 0-1 from Southwick is inside. Now a 1-1 count. See a lot of people getting souvenir baseballs today. Not too many people at the ballpark means baseballs go around. This one hit foul at the top of the screen there. And it hits the umpire in the foot again. Boy, what a poor Poor day for Thane Yanni behind the plate right now, who has to ump this game by himself. And also got hit in the face mask with a foul ball last inning. But he's all right. Or at least I hope so. The 1-2 is a strike 3. Got him looking. Quigley goes down. And around the horn in the infield. Not a lot of times so far this season you see a first strikeout where you get to toss it around the horn. It looks like a pinch hitter here. We'll get a number for you shortly. Looks to be number 13, Nick Carlson. Nick Carlson out of Northeast Community College. As the count on him is already 0-2. Nick Carlson will come in to take over for Lane Shires. Or rather, sorry, take over for Nick Jones, who already took over for Blake Scott. Swung on and missed. He got another strikeout. So back-to-back strikeouts brings up Lane Shires. Have to figure out how to fit a third person on this scorebook here. They only give you one substitution. As he hits this one, tailing foul will get out of play. Possibly a new catcher for the Horseheads. Does not look like Butterfield. Can't really see his number. I know it starts with a 2. I believe it could be 26, the new guy. Or 23. Has to be 23. This one foul. It's for strike 2. So I believe the catcher right now is Logan Conklin, if I'm not mistaken, out of Carolina University. Just got into town recently. We'll see him come to bat likely for Butterfield in one of the next couple innings, but that is one of the defensive changes here. Next pitch outside, ball 1. Still 2 outs and an empty base, or rather no base runners. Empty bases, I should say. The next pitch hit down the first baseline. A great play by Ben Bach, who will step on the bag himself and retire the side. A 1-2-3 with 2 strikeouts for Addison Southwick heading into the bottom of the 8th. Still 17-7, folks. You're listening to Horseheads Baseball.
Sweetheart of the game is the host sister to Ben Bach and Ethan Rose. That sweetheart's name is Charlie. Folks, please give it up for Charlie, as she is our sweetheart of the game. Thanks for being a great host sister to Ben and Ethan. change for the Sodbusters on the mound from Iowa Lakes Community College, Riley Lang. And over at third,
Jacob Shaw.
Jacob Shaw.
This might be a pitching batting change. 22 is Ethan Vanderlinder. Ethan Vanderlinder out of Bemidji State. All right? Ethan Vanderlinder. Ethan Vanderlinder.
Up to bat for your Horseheads. Out of Bemidji State, Ethan Vanderlinder.
Pitching change and also a pinch hitter here. We'll get you caught up here. Riley Lang moving from third base to the mound. Jacob Shaw, the pitcher of last inning, moving to third, so kind of just a flip-flop. And Ethan Vanderlinder, who apparently received the first pitch, the umpire getting mad, and the fans also getting mad at the pitcher Riley Lang, who pitched a bit too early when the umpire and Vanderlinder were both not ready. This one immediately hit into left field. Vanderlinder will be aboard with a single. Vanderlinder came into pinch hit the other night, also took advantage of his opportunity. Every chance that kid gets at bat so far in this series, he has taken advantage of. He is such a hard worker. Hats off to Ethan Vanderlinder. Gets aboard with a single here in the 8th inning. Takes over for Dylan Baker, also I should mention. As Ben Bach will come to bat. First pitch, low ball 1. With Vanderlinder taking a solid lead there at first base. Vanderlinder, a pitcher, catcher, kind of an everything. Ben Bach fouls this one off. So I believe it's an 0-1. Could it be an 0-2? I don't know. Oh, yeah, the first one was a ball, yes. So it is a 1-1 count. I know there was 2 pitches. Scoreboard here. This one hit to the second baseman, DeMonte, who will tag Vanderlinder, throw on to first and miss. So Bach will be safe on that fielder's choice there. The glove or the hat or something of Vanderlinder came off. I don't think he realizes it quite yet. He might have to look back and realize he left some. Or no, I think it hit his glove. I'm not sure, but Ben Bach is walking towards second. Oh, the ball went in the dugout. So the on that throw, the ball went in the dugout. Sorry, I was focused on the play at second. Didn't realize the ball went in the dugout. As this ball by Kenny Garcia is hit into left field very well. Dallin Quigley makes the catch. And that'll be the first out here. So having the catch up here. Ben Bach is attributed with a single and advances on the error.
Number 3, Chris Burke.
The error by the second baseman, so that is an E4. And that brings up Chris Burke. So with 2 outs now in the 8th inning here. Ball high. 1-1 now the count. 1-1 on Chris Burke. Chris Burke, one of the 2 people so far to score 3 runs for the Horseheads. This one hit towards Tegan Tamaya at shortstop. Taking a couple steps and throws on to first and retires the side. So a weird but quick inning. Horseheads do not score, but still lead it by 10 as we head into the ninth to see if the Horseheads can finish this one out here on this Sunday afternoon. You're listening to Horseheads Baseball.
Oh, 13 is on the map. Anthony Santillanes. They put him in the pitch. I don't know what I can do about that now. Anthony Santillanes. Out of Benedict, I think it's Benedictine. Love it. And it looks like he's a second baseman pitching, okay?
On the mound now for your Casper Horseheads, number 13 from Benedictine University Mesa, Anthony Santillanes.
And I think that is Ethan Vandelinder behind the plate, if I'm not mistaken. Not worth an announcement, obviously. I told Coach to put an Anthony Santillanes at pitcher. We got ahead. I know. I said we were blowing him out. It's hilarious. What's up? Oh, the spam? Don't even worry about it. We only got one more happening. Yeah, don't even worry about it. It's all good. I think there is going to be a change here. Number 3 is going to be the second batter for Hastings. Yes. That's the third batter, but who's going to be the second one? Nick DeMont.
All right. Top of 9 here in this 17-7 contest. And a fun one coming on to pitch is Anthony Santillanes, who has played second base a lot, coming on to pitch. He has pitched before, but not typically used as a pitcher as he throws strike one to Jacob Watson. Looking to close this game out. The next pitch outside, ball one. And the third pitch is fouled to the screen. So now a 1-2 count. Ahead of the count is Santillanes. Crowd very happy today, as they should be. They have really been leading the most of the game. As the next pitch is a ball. A foot race to get to that ball. And Nick Flores, who pitched today, wins that race. The fun antics on the side. Obviously, this game is seemingly not in grasp anymore for the Sodbusters, as the next pitch is outside ball 3. So now the full count to Watson, outside ball 4. Watson is aboard with a walk. That'll bring up Nick DeMonte, who was already playing defensively, but will take over for the DH spot with Sam Adams, taking his first at-bats of today. First pitch name is a ball. Santillanes looks on for the sign. Checks over at the runner at first. The next pitch is a ball as well. Looks to be a pinch hitter on deck. We will get to him shortly, but focusing up on Nick DeMonte, who hits this one into right field. Coming in is Ethan Rose, who dives a foul ball. A great effort from Ethan Rose, who's had a great game defensively today. Tosses that one back into the field of play. But it'll be a 2-1 count when Nick DeMonte gets back into the batter's box here. The righty-on-righty matchup. Santillanes delivers. It is a ball. So now a 3-1 count. Santillanes will not look to walk two in a row, as he throws this one beautifully down the plate for strike two. Kids looking on in anticipation for after the game. All the players will be out there signing autographs for the kids. Always a fun day to interact with all your favorite Horseheads players. This one fouled. Nick DeMonte stays alive on the 3-2. Umpire reminds everybody of a count. DeMonte steps back in. Watson still at first with no outs. This one slapped towards Aaron Garcia. Tosses it to Chris Burke on to first. Safe. So that'll mark up as a fielder's choice. DeMonte legs this one out. Gets to first. But Watson is caught for the first out. And that'll bring up a pinch hitter in the form of Jake Schroeder out of Washburn University, coming in for Sawyer Duddleston as a last-ditch effort, or maybe just a first at-bat of the season, knowing this game has kind of gotten away from him. With a runner still at first, but the difference being the out. Very wide stance as he slaps this one into right field. Coming in is Rose, who lets the ball bounce in front of him. Tries for the runner at second. Safe, says the umpire. So a single for Schroeder will start off his season. And bring up Riley Lang, who was pitching last inning. The Sodbusters dugout still looking to keep a positive outlook on these things, as it looks like Jacob Shaw. Yeah, no. I was looking at Jacob Shaw possibly coming into pinch run because he was putting on a helmet, but he's going back to the dugout. I think they were just switching helmets so that he would find something that would fit him. Riley Lang, the third baseman turned pitcher, is 1 for 4 today. This one hit towards the third base side, foul, with runners at first and second now. An 0-1 situation and a chance to end the game with one swing. Santillanes will not get a save by any means, as this game is a double-digit lead currently. And this one is fouled for strike 2. But Santillanes looking to be potentially a future closer. He's certainly an excellent second baseman. The next pitch on the outside part, not quite there, so that'll be ball 1. And I believe there is a catching change. I mentioned earlier that I thought it was Logan Conklin, but I am realizing now it is probably Ethan Vandelander as Riley Lang goes down swinging for out number 2, the first strikeout of the season for Anthony Santillanes. Brings up Tegan Tamaya as the last hope for the Sodbusters here. Want to thank everybody for tuning in today on this Sunday afternoon. We've had a fun time for sure as this first pitch is outside for ball 1. Tamaya 0 for 3 with a walk. All of his 3 other at-bats aside from the walk were flyouts to either left or center field. The next pitch, low ball 2. Now Santillanes will just look to get out of this and celebrate with the boys before their road trip this upcoming week. Their first road series of the 2022 season. The next pitch is hit towards Brayton Wilms. He will not pick that one up, but he will keep it in front of him, so he will prevent DeMonte from scoring, but load up the bases. Jacob Shaw now up to bat. So that is an error on Brayton Wilms. Nevertheless, Jacob Shaw, who pitched earlier in this game and then moved to third, was at second, pitched, and then moved to third. He's been all over the infield today, guys. The first pitch is in there for strike 1. Strike 1. And now 2 pitches away, or potentially 1, actually, as this one is hit towards the Sodbusters dugout. Coming over is Ben Bach, who just misses it as it gets over the screen. Will not be playable. But now an 0-2 count. 2 strikes on Jacob Shaw, down to the last strike and down to the last out. And a chance for glory here in pitcher Anthony Santillanes, the 0-2. Swung on foul. It is 6:30 p.m. The start time today was 3:07. Making this about a 3.5-hour ball game, as they have been on average. The 0-2 once more. Swung on, fouled. Jacob Shaw staying alive as much as possible. 0 for 3 as well on the day, similar to Tamaya. The next pitch outside, ball 1. Will not get Shaw to chase there. Interestingly enough, in the 3 outs that Shaw has caused in 3 of his at-bats, he's been the third out. The next pitch is ball 2, and if he gets out here, he will be the cause of 4 inning enders. Sorry, that is a tongue twister. The 2-2 from Santillanes. This one swung, hit into center field. It looks like Jenkins will settle under it. Victory time here on this Sunday afternoon. The Horseheads snap their 4-game losing streak, get their 2nd win of the year, and will not allow the Sodbusters to sweep this time on Kids Day here at Mike Lansing Field. It has been a fun day, a 10-run lead that they've held for the past couple innings, 17-7 the final score. And when we meet you next, we will be on the road. I will be calling the games here. We will head to western Nebraska to play the Pioneers in Gering, starting on Tuesday, the 31st, through the 2nd. And then immediately after that, head to Badlands to play the Big Sticks from the 3rd to the 5th. So we will be on the road all week this upcoming week. We hope you tune in. We hope you have a great Memorial Day tomorrow as well. And when we come back,